who drank beer. He had one beer at the party and had beers with, and having some beers with friends, or just to meet up and have some beers, drinking beer, which I gladly do. I like beer. I like beer. I don't know if you do. Okay. You like beer, Senator, or not? What do you like to drink?
Next one is
Senator. What do you like?
Judge, have you?
In any event, we drank beer and still do. So whatever. I think you've probably had beer, Senator, and so
you're saying there's never been a case where you drank so much that you didn't remember what happened the night before or part of what happened?
That's you're asking about. Yeah, blackout. I don't know. Have you?
Could you answer the question, Judge? That's not happened. Is that your answer?
Yeah, and I'm curious if you have.
I have no drinking problem, Judge.
Yeah, nor do I. Okay.
Let's roll. The Wicked Wednesday has begun. I'm just curious, have you ever drank so much that you don't remember and you blacked out? Yeah, and in fact, that happened to me last Saturday night. The Wicked Wednesday has begun to pimp the players, the hustlers, the people that bust them, and everybody else in between, including, I don't know, maybe Judge fucking Kavanaugh for all we know. Who knows? You never know who's tuning into the show. I think we have a lot of people that like beer. So Haynes likes beer. Steve likes beer. Larry and Wawa likes beer. Bruce Chad likes beer. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that Bob Robert is right. Have you ever drank so much you blacked out? I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe. What's up, Johnny Roast Beef? All right, so we're stepping up and in here. It's Wednesday night. We got a 3-3 baseball game. We got all kinds of craziness. I didn't see it. I just got in. I pretty much just got in as that interference thing happened, and it's, I actually like. That's why I like watching the games. I don't like watching it. I need to see it live and in context. Like, I'm looking at the video over and over, and it's like, yeah, I didn't see it live. If I knew it live, I'd be like, no, I know. That's one of the toughest calls. You know what I mean? This isn't a call where we can say, oh, that happened for sure. Yeah, it's easy when you freeze frame it on Twitter 30 minutes after it happened. It was a tough fucking call, man. It's one of those deals. It seems to happen fucking in the playoffs all the time. I blame the fans. It's the fans' fault. And the home team got screwed, so screw them. Fuck. Your home fan fucked you. I don't know what to tell you. Like if you're a fan and you go to a fucking playoff baseball game, man, stay the fuck away. Like, stay the fuck away. Like, have you learned nothing? Remember, it was in the old days. Who was it? Tedesco. Was it Tarasco? Tedesco? Yeah, I should know this. He was on the Expos. Fuck. Tony Tarasco. And then he was on the Cleveland Indians. And it was famous, fucking Yankee Stadium. Fuck, he got fucking screwed. And it happens it happens a lot in the playoffs. Fucking, like, of course, Bartman. It's like every time a fan reaches over in the playoffs or does anything, it ends poorly. Now, the thing is, people are defending the fan, saying the fan didn't reach. He was there. But whatever, dude. Like, if I'm at this game and I'm standing where that fan is, I'm not putting my hands like this. I'm going like this. You know what I mean? You'd see a still shot of me, like, leaning back. Like, I'd get away. I'd even tell people, hey, yo, the play's coming right here. Move. You know what I mean? Like, whatever, man. You interfere with shit, shit gets crazy. You can't blame baseball for this or the umps or anything. It's like, whatever, man. And the other thing is, we don't know if Betts was going to catch the ball, right? There's no guarantee he was going to catch it. So it's one of those play-on plays to me. Like, that's like street ball. It's like play on. You didn't catch it. It's not a home run. Everybody play on. It's like fucking, it's one of those deals. It's a play-on play to me. I get it. We're not in a play-on society that's Major League Baseball. Like, something has to be done. But, to me, it was a play-on type of play. It's like, listen, shit just happened. It is what it is. And whatever. You tell the fans, stay the fuck away, man. Like, next time. whatever. We got baseball going on, but I'm in NBA mode right now. NBA just started. We got a tie game, 75-75, the T-Wolves and the Spurs. I didn't touch that game. I didn't know what to do with it. Like I didn't know what to do with that game, so I didn't touch it. And look, it's tied right now. You got Utah and Sacramento. That game just started. The Pelicans are kicking the shit out of the overrated Houston Rockets. It's 115-95. The total should get there too. We gave you the Pelicans +8. We gave you the over. We gave you the New York Knicks. We gave you the fucking Orlando Magic. We gave you the fucking Brooklyn Nets. I don't know what more I could give you. Fuck. I told you, Brooklyn Nets, baby. Brooklyn Nets cover the number here this evening. So we got a 3-3 baseball game. Like I said, there's all kinds of crazy shit going on here. There's a ton of runs scored already. This is one of this. It could be a long night again tonight, boys, for the baseball. I stayed up until fucking that game was over last night. Yeah, Jeffrey Mayer. Good call, Hainzer. For a drunk guy that doesn't remember anything, Hainzer's got a good sports memory. Was the Carton Show on YouTube today? Some weird fucking noises going on here. I'm hearing some strange sounds. I'm looking around here. Yeah, the show should be on YouTube today. It was another quality show today. We're starting to get into a little bit more of a groove even. It's not easy. Like the morning show is not easy to do. It is and it isn't. Whatever. Like everything's whatever. It's all the same to me. But the thing with the morning show is, it's the morning. We come out swinging. There's pretty good energy on the show. But it's like a UFC fighter. It's fucking hard, man, to keep that fucking intensity going for fucking 3 hours. I can do it, but with other people and the stops, it starts, it stops, it starts. That's the whole thing. It stops and starts and shit. What happened? Why do we get taken down from WMG? What did we violate? What happened? Fuck. I don't see how anything would be copyright violated. Nah, but they pay the rights for that shit. Who knows, though? I don't know. I'm glad you brought it up, though, actually. I'm glad you brought it up because we had this fucking kid on today. Holy shit. It was over the top. So we're doing the show, and basically there's this kid, and he's having breakfast. And somebody comes in and tells us, hey, listen, this kid's singing the national anthem tonight at the Knick game. And, we're thinking, all right, it's a kid that's singing the national anthem at the Knick game. But the kid had a fucking entourage with him and shit. All right. So his father, there was a manager, there was a chick. And as the kid came in right away, I looked at the kid. I was like, this isn't no normal kid. Fuck. And then they were like, oh, yeah, his name's fucking J.D. McCrary. And so I quickly look it up. The kid's 11 years old. He's got a Wikipedia page and shit. And he's fucking Simba in the fucking Lion King. There's a remake of the Lion King. He's fucking Simba. He's like, the kid's all humble and shit. He's like, oh, nice to meet you, sir. And I look online and it's like, this kid's like in the new Childish Gambino video. I'm like, fuck. I looked over at Michelle and I said, this kid ain't no kid. I said, he's a star. Fuck. Like, he's a little star, this kid. You know, you look at his credentials: Lion King, fucking Broadway, fucking Childish Gambino. You know, you go on and on. And then I said, you know, at the end of it, I said, kid, one day you're going to be singing at the Super Bowl. And he goes, oh yeah, I am singing at the Super Bowl this year. We're like, for what? He goes, I don't know, but I'm singing one of my songs at the Super Bowl. I was like, well, I said, well, you know, I told you were going to sing at the Super Bowl. I said, it's amazing. I told the kid, I said, kid, I said, tonight you're singing at a Knick game. I said, one day you're going to be singing at the Super Bowl. And he, without missing a beat, he just goes, I am singing at the Super Bowl this year. I was like, wow, I told you. I told you. It was fucking gold. This kid, and we're like, what's your goal? He goes, I just want to live in the image of God. And I was like, oh, fuck, this kid's just fucking, he's going to make it. And look, we got no hits about it on YouTube here.
Joins us.
That was so good.
Any other roles coming up, stuff like that?
I actually am singing at the Super Bowl.
Really?
Yeah.
What you say? He's going to be singing a Super
The
Bowl.
national anthem?
No, not the national anthem. They're doing like something for kids, and
Okay.
I will be singing my song.
Oh, that's cool. That's what's up.
This kid's like, he's booked at MSG. He's booked at Super Bowls.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's your goal down the road? Where do you see your need some guidance? So like having Michael Jackson in the studio and not having him perform.
By the top of
Studio, not having him perform.
I forgot. I wanted to open up the show with this. Fuck. No, the corner isn't like punishment. The corner is supposed to be like a good shot, even though I tell them it's not good. Like I told them for the college show, I said, you know, I said, I don't know why I'm just not sitting at the desk. Cardano's like, no, you have your own corner. So when the shot goes on you, it's just on you. It's like, I was like, yeah, but it's kind of weird. Fuck. And I said, I don't like the table. It rocks. I don't care about the corner, but the table rocks. All right, so I wanted to open up the show. So listen, this is the kid here singing the national anthem.
Give it to us straight, my man.
Okay. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight
I nearly started crying.
o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Wow. Thank you.
There's two people down here in the control room standing with our hearts
That
open.
was
That's
amazing.
unbelievable. If you got people in the control room standing,
Yeah.
I got to tell you, JD, you're gonna kill it tonight. No doubt.
Yeah, you're going
You're
far.
gonna kill it at Madison Square Garden. Absolutely awesome stuff. Check.
Great stuff. Oh, say, can you see? Guys, you got to understand those mics. Like, you know how hard it is what he just did. Like he sounded like he was in a fucking studio or something. Like at one point, I was just staring at the kid. I was like, holy fuck, man. I was thinking, I was like, this kid's 11 years old. I was sort of like, while it was going on, I was sort of thinking in the future. I was like, where's this kid going to be in 9 years? Fuck. I was like, he's probably going to be like Usher or something. Like this kid, he's already, like I said, it's not like, oh, he's going to make it. He's already made it. Like, he's already a Disney kid. Yeah, he's going to have his own TV show in a couple of years. You'll see. Like, this kid's going to be a star. The best was, though, when we came. What's up, Ryan Riggs? Good to see you, bro. And the best is when the kid was in the corner when we came back from the break, and I said, I'm tired of Corey Parson and his crap. Like, I said, we've replaced Corey Parson. And this kid's all smiling in the corner. Yeah, it was some funny shit. Yeah, that was some funny shit. You settle down, Nighthawk. You're in a chat room watching a podcast. But this kid just sang the national anthem at the world's most famous arena. It's amazing the haters out there. I saw something, oh, he's okay. He's pretty good. Yeah, I know. He's pretty good. That's why he's Simba and the fucking Lion King. Yeah. He probably beat out about 7,000 other fucking people for the job, but, you know, he's okay. It just bothers people. This kid accomplishes more than people, you know. It is what it is. It doesn't, you know, it's the same shit. You go on YouTube, you see these kids playing guitar. I'm like, holy fuck, man. I played guitar my whole life. Like, this 8-year-old girl's better to me. It is what it is. Some people have that God gift, you know. You got to accept it. What's up, Johnny? Colin Peterson was outside having a beer. Yeah, we're gonna open up the show with that. Well, we got the push, didn't we, with that, Riggs? Yeah, no, the YouTube guitar stuff's over the top. Like, there's a teenage girl, like this chick, like made me cry once. I was watching her, I started crying. Like, I actually had a tear. I was like, she was playing Prince, the chick that does Purple Rain. She's like a teenage girl, and it's fucking over the top, man. Like, she does it, and then she just starts going. She starts like fucking shredding, like fucking Evie Malmsteen. And then you see another video she does, and she's playing piano, and I'm like, holy fuck, man. I remember saying, I was like to someone, I was like, this girl like is fucking serious, and I looked her up and I looked into her and shit, and she's had like numerous fucking offers and shit already from labels. But she said that they all wanted her to do commercial shit, and she hasn't signed with anyone. Exactly, Hutton. People are too jealous in this world. People want to hate. Ah, they're no good. He's no good. They suck. This team sucks. The fighter sucks. What's up, Rude? No, we're not playing the South African anthem right now. Oh, shit. Okay. So we got a game starting at 10:30. As you guys see, I'm fucking crushing the NBA tonight. And I crushed the NBA last night, too. Man, I didn't show you the tickets last night. Normally we play the ticket game. I didn't go to the Sportsbook today. I'm actually online today. And you can play too online over at Bet Online. I'm online right now, and we're going to be going to the book tomorrow, Riggs. I'll be there tomorrow afternoon. So there's one more game. Do I love it? No. You know, it's tough. It's a tough game. But I'm going to take the Denver Nuggets. Fuck, the Nuggets are up to 2.5 right now. We also have the Dallas Mavericks and the Phoenix Suns. That's going to be a fun game, actually. Fuck, let's get some action on this. How do we not go over 2 fucking 12 in that game? It's 212.5. I'll buy the half point. I'll make it 212. Let's make it 212. All right, so we're in on that. Phoenix Suns, Dallas Mavericks. I want to take the Phoenix Suns here. I know they're shit. They're playing at home. It's their first game. They're going to be all fired up tonight. They got DeAndre Ayton. You got Devin Booker. They got some players. Josh Jackson's going to be good this year. He's going to be getting better. The Dallas Mavericks are improved, though, with Dennis Smith Jr. and Luka Doncic. And Doncic's a fucking stud, man. This is going to be a fun game. Fuck, this is a tough one. All right, I'm taking the Nuggets on the money line, -140. I'm not going to fuck with the total of that game. I'm going to go over 212 in a Maverick game. And what about a side in the Mavericks and the Suns? You can make an argument for both teams here. The Mavericks are... fuck it. Fuck it. We'll do it live. We're doing it live. And the answer is the Dallas Mavericks. Let's go 100 a game. Hopefully I don't live to regret this. Put it in. Place bet, yes. Bets have successfully been placed. So we've got the Dallas Mavericks. I've got the Denver Nuggets to win the game on the money line at -140, and I've got the Dallas Mavericks to win the game on the money line at -140. Let's get it. Let's get it. What's up, Pick Machine? I hope I don't live to regret it. Listen, I think that Phoenix are going to be better, and they got some players, and but the Dallas Mavericks, Dennis Smith Jr. should be good. It's night one, guys, and even me, and I love the NBA, but even me, and I told this on the radio show today. I said, you're going to be watching NBA games, guys, and it's going to be one of those, oh, fuck, I didn't know this guy was on this team now. There's been movement, right? Like DeAndre Jordan's not on the Clippers anymore. DeAndre Jordan's on the Dallas Mavericks. So you got a nice little lineup here. You got DeAndre Jordan in the middle, Dennis Smith Jr. in his second year. Kid scored 15.8 points per game off the top of my head last year. And he's going to score. Luka Doncic is your rookie of the year, most likely. Luka Doncic's mother is smoking hot, too. But Luka Doncic is this kid's good, man. Like this kid's real good. Like he's not gonna be good. He's already good. He was the fucking starting point guard for the Euro Super League champions. All right. He's played against men already for a couple of years and led the team to the championship. Like they beat all the big boys. Like he's like the top point guard in Europe. And he's only like 19 fucking years old or something. He's 19 or 20. He's young, He might be 18 now. I think he's 19 now. I maybe you guys get it. I can look it up. He's 19, I believe. He's yeah, I did see that story. Listen, it's sensitive for everyone in Costa Rica. People are like, oh, don't talk about it and stuff, because it's so he's still out there. It is fucking crazy, the story. But I saw Five Dimes even made a statement today. I'm not going to talk about it. All right. Let's just fucking, I don't know the guy, but I know people that know him well, and I'm not comfortable like with the situation, it's pretty hostile, right? So I know a little bit about it and shit, even, you know, behind the scenes a bit, but like I said, let's let everything fall into place here, what happens. But the Dodgers, what up, Wally? I told, yeah, Corey Parson and his Dodger bashing, fuck, eh? Oh, LA suck. LA are going to lose. Fucking LA are going to get it done in game 6. The Dodgers are resilient. It really pains me to say it, though. I don't think the Dodgers are going to win the World Series. Fuck. Like, I think the Dodgers will lose to fucking. I'm a Dodger fan. I'll fucking end up betting on them and shit. But watching the games, I mean, you guys, can you disagree? Like, are the Dodgers going to beat Boston or are they going to beat Houston? I don't know. Like, I don't think so. Not leaving the runners that we leave on base, you know. Like, we're fucking lucky, man. Like, we're lucky we're up 3-2 right now. And it's not like it's just a thing. It's like, it's not like it's just, oh, it's just this series. They're not getting runners home. It's like, no, man. It's a fucking problem. It's been a problem, and it's going to be a problem. Like I said, I think the Dodgers can do enough to beat the Brewers. The Brewers, the thing with the Brewers is they're very emotional. So when shit's going well, you see them. They're fucking going crazy, and they got their things in the dugout. They're a fun team. But when you ride emotion is like love. You know what I mean? Like, love is emotion, but love can also hurt, you know? So emotions can get the best of you sometimes. And I think Milwaukee might have peaked. I think Milwaukee might have reached like an emotional level that they're going to have a hard time getting back. Like, I think Milwaukee's probably flying home thinking, what the fuck just happened there? Fuck. Like, what just happened? You know what I mean? I'm sure, like, the Brewers, they're going to give you we'll take it. We're going back home. We got 2 games at home. We feel good. But I guarantee you on the plane, it's not a fun ride back, you know? That they're thinking, holy fuck, guys, fuck. You know, really? We let this happen? Fuck, you know? It won't be easy for the Dodgers either. The Dodgers have done a nice job, Greg Sherman. It's true. You got to stay sort of steady in baseball. And, you know, when you play the emotional game like Milwaukee, it can backfire a bit, right? It's like the Dodgers have the emotion now. It's like the Dodgers are the fucking cocky ones suddenly. I thought coming in to this baseball playoffs that this would be one of the best baseball playoffs ever. And I said that. I said before that whoever wins the World Series is going to have to fucking earn it. And it's lived up to the hype. You know, there's been bench clearing shit, dirty plays, crazy slides, controversial calls, fucking 13-inning games, intense fucking shit, grand slams. Like, it's intense, man. Baseball is intense this playoffs, and they're all good teams. You know what I mean? So if you bet on any team, you can't say, oh, you're an idiot. Fuck. How'd you take the Red Sox? How'd you take the Astros? How'd you take the Dodgers? It's like, they're all good teams. You know, like, there's only one left. You know what I mean? There's going to be one team standing. And there's going to be some good fucking teams that got knocked out along the way here. Like, it is a fine line between winning and losing these baseball series, man. Yes, come on, Kyle. Settle down, Kyle. Come on. I expect better than you, Kyle. You're better than that. And look, I'm wearing I got the shirt on. All right, so if you're just joining us right now, we just spent 10 minutes talking about the basketball picks and giving the picks. We're going to take a quick break, then we're going to get Babano and Big Man on. Big Man's going to join for a couple of minutes here off the top. And as I told you, I am on the Dallas Mavericks money line. Denver Nuggets money line, and the over in the Dallas Phoenix game. Over. I think Dallas is a new team. They're going to play more up tempo and shit. And Phoenix, we know play up tempo. And I'm taking Dallas to win the game, Denver to win the game, and the over in the Dallas game. If I go 2-1, I'll take it. You guys know I'm killing the NBA. I think I'm like 8-1 or something like that. And like I said, I don't love these games. I don't love them. I only put $100 each. All right. Let's send the link over. Yeah, last night fucked me up, man. I was up too late. I'm up too early. Wednesdays are a tough day for me too. Like not tough, but it's a longer day. Sport trading against the machine. I'm there all day. Wednesdays and Fridays. Those are the two. All right, let's send the link over to Bob Bano. Better Febreze. All right. We'll get a stream going for some of these games. All right. I'm looking right now at the dailyroto.com betting machines picks. Can't share them all with you, of course. They've been crushing the fucking totals. Let's see their total best bets. 65%. I didn't check the Golden Nugget standings either. How we doing, fuck? Normally I'm not a standings guy, but let's look. Golden Nugget. I'm curious because I went 5-2 this week in the Golden Nugget. All right. Contest. No, I don't want that. No. Let's see. Golden Nugget football contest standings. Fuck, normally I find it right away. Where the fuck? Oh, here it is. All right, there, let's go. Where we at? Where we at? Standings. Fuck, man. We got a long way to go. Fuck. Some fucking people that are killing it. Fuck. There I am. I'm in 73rd place out of 308. The guy in first place, two people are in first place. They have 30-11 records. They're 30-11. Vegas top dogs in old-time hockey. They're 30-11. They got to understand, I started off 5-9 in the first 2 weeks. So I put myself in a hole. I went from 286th place and I've climbed. Now I am 24-17-1. 24-17-1. It's a good record, but it's not good enough. So I'm tied for 73rd right now. I believe it's top 20 in this contest makes money. A lot of football left. These motherfuckers can't continue at this pace at 30-11. Fuck, come on. They've won 30 out of fucking 41 fucking bets. Come on. They're not going to continue that. Some great names here. The Gulfstream Goons. Ned Landers. And in the super contest, we're grinding, fuck. We're grinding in a super contest. You know, we were 11-7-1 or something, 11-7-2. But we had an awful week last week, fuck. Not this past week, but the week before. We went 0-4-1. Ironically enough, I went like 6-1 in the Golden Nugget contest that week, fuck. We went 0-4-1. And then this past week in the super contest, we went 3-2. You know, like we're still in it, but we're gonna need some 4-1s. We're gonna need some 4-1s coming up pretty soon. All right, so let's bring in Babano right now, who amazingly enough doesn't have a doctor's appointment right now booked. Or maybe he does, and he canceled it. Ian Cameron, Babano. What's up, Babano?
If you're a doctor and you're taking appointments at 10:30 at night, or if you're a patient and you're going to appointments to a doctor at 10:30 at night, you got problems either way.
Well, that's a good point. No, if you're a doctor, you're making money. But you're right.
Yeah.
If you're in a hospital or a doctor's office at 10:48 at night on a Wednesday night, you got problems.
Yeah, you got problems. Find something else to do with your life and your time, please. Please.
I've had problems before, but it's a pretty good deflect, Babano. So
how are you doing, my friend? Because you got all these shows daily. You got a handicap games now. We've got other sports that are starting now. NBA, college basketball's next month. How are you going to juggle all this shit, man? It's crazy.
Nice deflection, Babano. Asking me a question. Babano's like, did you study political science? It is a good question, Babano, though. You know what the deal is? I'm good. My only problem is I don't get the prep time like I'd like. You know what I mean? Like I can't. it's hard for me to research shit as much as I used to. I'm not sitting around my condo. Fuck, you know. I used to like work hard and do shows all day, but I was at home. You know what I mean? And even when I went to the studio before the Fantasy Sports Network, I moved to the neighborhood. I lived 5 minutes from the studio. So my life, I thought I was busy, but now that's my only deal. Like I find it tougher. NFL, I'm way on top of. NBA, but the college shit, I'm finding it tougher because there's so many teams, and quite frankly, too, the demand, like in the media, isn't as big for college. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we do a college show, we don't get the same views as like an NFL show. Like it's not. I'm just being realistic here. It's college sports is big, but it's not as big as the NFL. And it's like a 60, 70-30 split type thing. So, there's not a lot of there is DFS in college now, but it's not very popular. So no one really cares about college fucking fantasy and shit. And, college football has its fans, but it's not as big as the NFL in the media, at least. All right. So, as I stated, so I asked, I figured I'd be nice, ask Babano, give him some big exposure and Card and Friends in the morning, Monday Night Football preview. Babano responds, I don't really have anything on this shitty game. Turned out to be a great, classic, fun fucking game. Don't have anything on this shitty train wreck of a game, and I have an opto appointment.
Yep.
And so opto's what, optometrist?
That's right, short for optometrist.
Do you wear glasses?
No, but I got to get vision checked. I had laser eye 10 years ago. Got to get that shit checked. It was just one of those times. It was
so wait, did you say you got laser? You got your laser vision done 10 years ago?
Laser, not lazy eye, laser eye. We better make sure.
You got the laser eye thing done, huh?
Yeah, 10 years ago. Yeah.
Right, so you got an optometrist appointment.
Yep.
Okay. I took it, I took it for I believed you. I was wondering, I'm like, optometrist. Who goes to an optometrist? But then, Big Man was on with us the other night, and Big Man just casually at the end of this thing goes, oh, hey, I got a funny story about Babano. He goes, we're doing, Right Wager. Of course, Babano's on Right Wager, if you haven't heard. And Big Man said, me and Donnie don't do hockey. One of the reasons Babano's the Right Wager, he's the hockey guy.
Yep.
And, we told him, come on for a couple of minutes, just talk about the hockey games tonight for a few minutes. Normally, Babano
on whose show? Yours?
Killing a few minutes talking.
Yeah.
But Babano gave the old stiff arm right away and said, I can't. I have a dentist appointment.
Oh, on Tuesday. Yeah, the dentist appointment.
So
Dr. Christopher Sims.
Tuesday. What are you, a 72-year-old woman?
I got to get this shit done. Schedule. I'm not rescheduling this shit.
Doctor more than my grandmother did, fuck. And she's gone.
It's a hassle to have to reschedule this. I'm happy to come on the radio anytime. This week's not a good week. That's all there is to it.
This week, see, now you're getting defensive about this already. Let's bring Big Man on campus in right now, so it doesn't look like
Big Man.
Yeah. What's up, Big? I don't know.
I mean, I gotta admit, Ian. I mean, what do you know? You don't have a cell phone?
Like 30 years old, and this guy, it seems like he goes to the fucking optometrist.
Gabe, it would have took him literally 5 minutes. We don't need him on camera. All he's got to do is call a number, say who it is. We punch him right up. Hey, Ian, what do you like tonight in the hockey?
Are you desperate for content or what? What's the
no?
big
Ian. I mean, because you're the hockey guy. That's why. I mean, and then I see you at the bar an hour later.
Let me ask you too, Babano. Don't you have a cell phone? Like, couldn't you just said, "Hey, I'm going to the dentist," but yeah, I'll call in.
What am I going to do? Talk in the waiting office? They can call my name. We're ready for you now. Come on in. We're ready for you. Sorry, I'm talking on my radio show. I got you wait for me.
I even tell ESPN. I told them, I'm going to go, listen, guys, I'll do it, but I'm on a ferry right now in New York. And they're like, even better. We'll talk about it.
I mean, Ian, and then what was the little stun at the bar an hour later?
That was after my appointment. I get a drink. There's a bar nearby.
You're telling me, Babano, you couldn't call in your partners. Your partners. I understand you stiffen us, but your partners at Right Wage.
I'm here for my partners, just not that day, and that time was not good. It was terrible.
I don't know.
You know what, Ian?
NHL season's 1 week old, and you're already you're already rock starring it.
You know what, Gabe? We'll call Alex B. Smith. We'll have him call in. All right. You know what?
I'm getting replaced. Yeah. Apparently, yeah.
Ian, you got, what do you got? The gynecologist tomorrow?
It might be, yeah. You never know. I might have to see the orthopedist, the chiropodist. I might have to see the old. I have to see my psychiatrist if I keep getting grilled like this. You never know.
So how did you get to the what's your transportation? What's your mode of transportation? Like when you leave the place, when you leave the crib in Dundas, like is it Uber, taxi?
Sound like the Uber guy, Dundas. Come on, dude.
Are you Uber? You take a bus?
Uber most of the time. Bus on a really good day, like if it's not raining or it's not like snowing or cold, I'll take the bus.
You couldn't sit in the back of the Uber and just called in?
I wasn't in the Uber. I was at the waiting room at the dentist's office.
Well, I have to admit, I mean, that does change it a bit. I thought he drove, so that kind of makes sense, I guess.
I don't drive, at all. I do.
What's up with that, Babana? What are you?
You could have just said too when you're in the dentist, when you're at the office.
I work from home. What do I have to worry about driving and having a car? If I need to go somewhere, if I need to go somewhere, I can get there. I don't need a car. I don't need to be able to drive, and I'm not a big fan of driving, to be honest with you.
Got you.
All right, so
and it's not because I'm not confident.
Ask people in the chat right now.
I don't trust the other drivers out there.
Yeah, and another thing too, somebody asked too, like after you go to the dentist and shit, like in your mouth, like whatever, like who goes to a bar one after the dentist?
I didn't eat anything. I just had a couple of beers. That's it. Fairweather Brewing.
It's not good for your teeth.
Wonderful. That's the teeth. Settle down, big man. The teeth will be fine. Yeah, as long as I don't hurt them, as long as I don't feel the teeth chattering, they have this sore like little effect happens when I'm eating and drinking after the dentist. I'm fine, and I got through Tuesday okay after that.
I don't know. This seemed like a little stunt of I want to go out with my friends and I'm busy.
I don't like. I'm gonna ask people in the chat right now, point blank. Do you guys believe Babano? Like that? Has Babano gone to?
All right. This is ridiculous. Here, 1 second.
All right. Well, you have some documented proof.
No, that's from someone else.
What do you have here?
There we go. There we go. Century Stone Dental. Century Stone Dental. Tuesday, October 16. There we go.
Looks like your handwriting.
You could have just written that yourself on a card.
Yeah, that's the September 16th.
October. And then below that's February, my next appointment.
2016. Okay, all right.
There we go. So there you go. That was Tuesday, right? Tuesday, October 16, yesterday.
You have a receipt for the optometrist?
Oh, yeah, my invoice? No, I'm not going into how much I pay for that. Jesus. It's ridiculous. Actually, they gouged me.
You don't even have glasses. I don't understand.
No, it's dentist. No, this is the dentist one. This is the Tuesday one. Okay. It's not Monday. Yeah, Monday was the Dr. Conran.
That's this is fucking gold. I love how Babano gets up in a huff. All right, here, look.
Well, what is this, interrogation 2.0 or what? Or are we here to talk sports now?
Me and Big Man should have our own TV cop show. I'd be the bad cop for sure.
You need to turn up the heat a lot more than this.
You'd have to tell, Big Man, you'd be the one. Listen, Morency, he loses it sometimes, eh?
Yeah, listen, the big question is baseball still dopey to you?
Well, no, actually, it's been a good playoffs from a viewing perspective. I'll give you that. It's just betting. It's a little tricky.
You think it has? Really?
I do. I think it's actually real. That league championship series has been great. I mean, I fell asleep trying to watch the end of the Dodger game last night, and I couldn't make it. That thing was 2:10 in the morning, and they're still playing, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I just conked out, and I woke up an hour later. The game was over, and the TV was still on, and I missed the ending with Bellinger walking it off. But no, I'm into it. This has been a good round here, the league championship series.
Are we here to talk sports or what?
Yeah, I got to wonder about you, Babana.
Yep.
The best was 2 weeks.
There we go. See, I backed it up, though.
No, I got Babano really upset with I said, I can't believe you didn't give a fucking pick on October the 1st after all that.
Yeah, I got to admit, the little, what, did you have a launch party, at your house for that?
And then
yes,
when the Babano fucking dropped, let's just get to the football games.
I don't want to talk about dopey baseball.
All right, big man. So,
yeah, good stuff.
Check out.
Listen, we just wanted to get to the bottom of your little.
That's it. That's all, big man. I thought we were breaking down the card. No, he just came on to do this.
No, Ian, I actually have to be
this little shtick here. That's
I got to be somewhere tomorrow morning. I want to get off by then.
This ridiculous little shtick, but I digress. Yeah.
Ridiculous little stick. Well, I was wondering why you two-timing your partners.
Get me next week, and I'll come on the radio on a Tuesday. Yeah. Salute.
I saw today, Babana, you were pimping some pick on another site too. Yeah, exactly. Who else are you with now?
What the hell's going on with that?
Yeah, it's a one pick a week I do for them. Sports Bet Collective. They asked me in the spring. I
Once
committed
a week.
already.
It's like he's already,
I committed to them before I committed to the new Right Wagers. So
he's already branching out.
yeah. They're good. It's just the panel of people. They have ESPN guys, they have handicappers, they have odds makers, and they just send a pick a week in the NFL, and I'm part of that. That's why they call it the Sports Bet Collective.
Any new soup you've had lately?
No, actually, no. It's been a while. I got to go to that reminds me. I got to go to the Burnt Tongue, the best soup place in the city. Fantastic stuff.
Let me ask you, what is your soup like favorite that you get there?
Oh, there is a really good minestrone with hot, spicy chilies right on top. Little spice on it with some cheese
dropped 28
as well. Fantastic.
Marta Rosen dropped 28 in a Spurs win tonight. A depleted Spurs roster, and DeMar DeRozan leads in the victory. Great, good for DeMar.
That's great. 112, 108. Yeah, they beat the T-Wolves, who, of course, are in limbo right now, wondering what Jimmy Butler's going to do and how that whole situation is going to work out. You got players that are going back and forth with one another. You got a coach that, to me, I am not a Tom Thibodeau fan. I honestly don't think the Timberwolves are going to get better as a franchise till he's out of there, let alone Jimmy Butler. So they got some issues right now, but good win for San Antonio, nevertheless. And good for them.
All right. Any opinion, big man, before we get you out of here on the late night basketball? We got in-game shit.
Yeah, I took a little piece of over in the Sun Maverick game.
Yeah. Decent pace. In-game totals now 217.5, 20. They got 42 points with 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah, I took.
Not bad.
I had the Hornets. They came back and won, or then win, but covered. So I'll take it. Ian, also, quick point I wanted to just bring up also. Now I see your banners down. What's going on?
What, the Right Wager banner?
What are you quitting?
No, SBR told me to take it down. I shouldn't have said that on the air. You just now you just basically So now I've said something.
Down both of you. You said it's a Right Wager beef, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
The best part is,
I'm just busting.
the best part is, I told Babano, I said, listen, you can come on, and I said you can even put the Right Wager banner up behind you.
I know. I'm just breaking his balls.
That's fun. Yeah.
How come you don't have the Right Wager?
Where's your banner? You got Biggie and Jordan. Actually, that's a good choice. Biggie and Jordan.
Hey, before I go, Babana, can I get one?
Come up. Listen, I'm gonna let you. I've been doing this a long time, so you know what you need to do. Just fucking get Right Wager T-shirts, and every time you come on, rightwager.com. The best was when I was on the radio and TV on the Score. I got into a feud with this fuckstick fucking other host, all right, at another station, and it got pretty heated and shit. Like, I actually went to the station and tried to punch him. And so, you know, they called the cops, and it was like a big deal there. You know, it's like, so I was warned and shit by management after. They said, listen, fuck, don't talk about him. You can't talk about him, like, anymore. Don't talk, never mention his name. Don't talk about him on the air at all. So I said, all right, I won't.
I told SBR, send me an SBR banner, and I'm still waiting. Yeah.
I finished my story, Babano?
Go ahead, yeah.
Thank you. And then fucking Babano. So what I did is I didn't talk about him, but right after I was told not to talk about him, I went to a T-shirt shop and I got a T-shirt custom made where I put the guy's face on a fucking pig's body. And I wore it on national television. And I never said his name. I had the shirt on, and Cam set it up nicely. He goes, "Oh, you got a new T-shirt." I fucking held it up. I was like, "Yeah, I just got it made." I said, "It's great, isn't it?" And then I brought it to the studio too. I went to give it to the guy, but they didn't accept it. All right, big man.
All right, hey, two more things before I go, if I can. First of all, I'm gonna be that Dom from Queens. Better watch his back coming at my boy Corey like that on the phone today. I didn't like that little stunt.
You heard that?
Yeah, I was out of line. Second of all, Babano, can we get a Bruce Chad comment from you today or no?
Yeah, how's the relationship with Bruce Chad, Babano?
The Bruce Chad relationship is apparently phone only or computer only, because we're not going to see that guy in public anytime soon.
Hey, by the way, Ian, did you hear he won he actually won pizza for life at Domino's?
All right. So that means he'll be stuffing his face for life. Fantastic. What a way to live. Stuffing your face of Dom's pizza. Woo.
It caught me
That's
off.
big time living.
That Dom guy calls often, and we knew too because they said Dom in Queens has a beef with Corey.
Yeah, he was way out of line.
Put him on. Put him on.
At least he called though. A lot of this.
Dom from Queens right now. See what Dom.
All right, here it is.
Let's hear it.
With Dom from Queens right now. See what Dom from Queens has to say about this. Something silly. Probably. What's up, Dom? What up, Dom?
Good morning, fellas. Good morning, lady. How are you?
How you doing, Dom? There's only one lady on the set, Dom. Yeah, we said ladies. You talking to me or talking to Corey with the ladies?
I'm talking to Corey about the lady.
Oh, really? Really, Dom? You want smoke this morning, huh, Dom?
Yeah, you know, I had my ring. I took it right out of the tap of the cap, you know. So listen, I called up this morning. I was talking to my good friend Scott Angle,
Clown.
and he brought up a really good point to me, Corey.
Okay.
Talk about clown. Your record in the GST league is 9-23 over the past 2.5 years. You have to explain that. There's been a lot of laughing, a lot of gittery talk over here. But Corey, explain a 9-23.
Why do you focus? Why are you and that idiot Scott Angle focused on that Angle trial in a cartoon league, Scott's Fishbowl? He is 0-6. Do we talk about that?
Wow.
Huh? Do we talk about the Carton and Friends League? Do they talk about the Carton and Friends League when he got one win? Don, when you call up here, back in that clown, Scott Angle, you might as well put a big shiny red nose on your face too and put on some big floppy shoes because you're a clown also. Some of my record in one league, let's talk about what I win, champ. Don't ever come for the fantasy.
9-23.
9-23, Corey. That's one league. That's one league. That's one league, dog. That's one league. Anytime you
hold on, Corey. Let him respond. Go ahead, Dom. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. I'll be outside the studio. I'll meet you there.
What you gonna do?
You better have your boxing gloves.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You ain't gonna do nothing, Dom. You ain't gonna do nothing. This is my city, Dom. You come down here, you want to smoke with me, you won't even get nowhere near me because my goons is in this building right now. Don't F with me, Dom. Don't play with me, son. Don't play with me, Dom. It's about one league. It's about one league, Dom.
Some hostility.
It's about one league. One league. What about the other leagues I'm in, Dom? You don't want no smoke.
Some hostility early. All right, thanks for the call, Dom.
This clown. Get this clown out of my face.
Thanks for the call, Dom.
It's the Fantasy Executive Trap House. Calling up on my phone lines, talking that trash.
I think that was one of the better calls we've ever taken.
That idiot Scott Angle. He's a clown too, and you're a bozo also.
Wow.
That was actually Ian Cameron's called a Bruce chat, actually.
Yeah, he does not like Scott Angle. That much I know. I'm very aware of that. Yeah.
Best calls we've ever taken.
It's funny. I was on with you and Scott Angle a couple of weeks ago, Gabe, on the Friday show. Yeah. Don't bring Corey in at that time.
All right, guys. Have fun. See you later.
All right, big man. We'll see you.
Bye-bye.
No, thank you. Corey Parsons the best. Yeah, like you said, Tawan, that's the definition of New York sports radio right there. You better get your boxing gloves. I'll be in the studio in 15 minutes.
I'm going to have to remember that. When I have a really bad season in one sport, I'm going to have to say, yeah, what about all the other seasons? What about all the other sports? What about all those that I've had that I've won in? You're just focusing on this one? I'm going to have to remember to dish that out like Corey did.
Yeah.
You're going to rip me for this 1-9-23 when I've done all this other stuff and accomplished all this other great feats and great accomplishments? That was good.
It was.
You really let loose, Corey. That really got under his skin. That. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see what kind of hijinks we can come up with tomorrow.
It's a fun show, Gabe. It is. You guys.
Well, actually, Mick Ossie's checking in tomorrow because his Denver Donkeys are playing tomorrow night.
Yeah, thriller Thursday night game. Denver and Arizona. Fantastic. Wait for it.
I'm leading with Arizona, actually.
Yeah, I can't take Denver. They're 1-9 straight up on the road under Vance Joseph. 1-9, and now I'm going to have to lay points with them. No, that's not happening in this football game. I can't take Denver. They all of a sudden can't stop the run. Really, the only thing they've done is they've gotten a decent pass rush at times. the last couple weeks. That's about it. Now, the problem is Arizona's offensive line stinks, and that pass rush has the chance to absolutely wreak havoc on Josh Rosen in this football game. But on the flip side, Case Keenum in the offense remains an issue. This guy's not fit in and been comfortable with this offense yet, not one bit. Denver's got O-line problems of their own. Keenum's been on his back multiple times. He's been inaccurate with the football. I can't envision both of these teams moving the football up and down the field. It's pick your poison for me. I will say this, Arizona's got a really good track record long-term, Gabe, against the spread as a home dog or a favorite less than a -3 at home. 33-16 against the spread. Last 49 tries is either a home dog or favored by 3 points or less at home. That's what Arizona falls into here. I'd lean Arizona, but I don't know if I trust them, but I probably trust Denver even less. So I'd lean Zona if I had to bet it.
Yeah, it's one of those. Oh yeah, that's right. So we just got to get that out of the way. We got to make this happen. Actually, Clam Chowder challenged Gritty to a boxing match for charity, and Gritty didn't answer. So we should get on Gritty actually and say, "Well, you scared of Chowder?" We'll see if we can get a little campaign going.
All I hear is Gritty, wrecking sharks in a shopping mall and doing all this tough stuff and showing how tough he is, and he can't respond to a legitimate challenge from Clam Chowder. I'm disgusted. This is supposed to be Gritty, a tough, showing off how tough he is and how, he takes no guff from anybody. Well, here you go. Step up to the plate, Gritty.
Yeah, Clam Chowder versus Gritty. Let's make it happen. Clam Chowder also has a GoFundMe account going to get him to the Super Bowl, to the Grey Cup, excuse me. To the Grey Cup, not the Super Bowl. And he's raised $600. Sean was a class act. I believe Jazz and Darsh all put 200 in. He's pretty generous, 200 each. Actually,
that's pretty good. Yeah,
we get a chance. We'll put a couple of bucks in for Chowder to get him to Edmonton. I told him no hotel. You're staying with Mick Ossie.
Have fun with that.
But yeah, you got $600 raised right now, and
that's your one.
Listen, the flight is $600 essentially. So he's got the flight. Now he needs the money to get into the game. And, that's only probably about $200-300. He stays with Chowder. He probably needs about $1,000 in his GoFundMe. So it only needs another $400. We'll later in the week when we're ready to go. I'll throw in a couple of bucks. If everyone just puts in $10 or something, you can send Clam Chowder to the Grey Cup.
Wow.
After that, he's going to start one. Hey, send me to the Super Bowl.
He's going to want to go to the World Series, Super Bowl, Stanley Cup Final, NBA.
Where does it end, right?
I know you open the door for one thing, all of a sudden it's a flood opens up, and now he's going to want to go to this, go here, go there, go everywhere. Yeah, he wants to become a superstar. I'm
actually told him I don't know why you want to go to Edmonton. It's fucking cold.
This is the guy that wouldn't sit still, Gabe, at the Argo game that we were at earlier this summer in Toronto, because he wanted to get on the TSN cameras so bad. He was staying up close to the front row so he could peek his face in, try to get on camera. I mean, that's how hell-bent he is to try to make himself a superstar in this Clam Chowder outfit and mascot.
Yeah, we got to get him to New York sometime for an event. Get him in studio here.
Oh yeah, that'll be awesome.
The problem is, like I said, we're gonna need Kyle Hamburg. He needs, New York's a big city. We lost him in Toronto a few times, and that was rough finding him. Toronto's fucking big too, but I sort of knew where he would be. I was like, wow, because I knew after, I was like, there's only two ways out here of this stadium, right? He's either on the other end or he's on this end, and we gambled and we found him on the right side.
Exactly.
We rolled the dice. It was me. I don't know who. It was me and I think it was me and Sonny. Went out. It was remember that night we went out and found him. New York, you ain't finding him.
No.
Look, dude. Look behind me.
Oh yeah.
There's 14 million people behind me.
It was already very fortunate enough we found him in Toronto. Imagine New York City. We lose Clam Chowder. Good luck.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Bobbert. We need to put a GPS chip tracker in him.
Yeah, exactly. A location tracker. Yeah. Oh, there he is.
You're going to see Chowder.
Beep, 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 and it tells you his location at all times.
Chowder's going to get abducted or something in a suit. Yeah, exactly. We'll tell Chowder, listen, we're sticking. We have to stick this chip in your neck because we're going to lose you here. Just imagine. Can you imagine Chowder? Can you imagine Chowder, Drew, at like the FanDuel Sportsbook? Like they'd be like with the security, they'd be like, you can't come in here like that. But I'm Clam Chowder. Like, I don't know how it would go down like in New York. And I'll tell you, in Manhattan, people wouldn't even look at him. That's the thing. Chowder like likes the attention, but there's a lot of crazy shit in Manhattan and New York, right? Like,
so he'd meld right in with everything.
Dudes walking around and shit, fucking punching cop cars, like fucking.
He'd just slide right in, Clam Chowder, do his thing, and just like normal business in New York City. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if you guys want to donate to the Clam Chowder fund, it's a GoFundMe, and it's under Send Clam Chowder to the Grey Cup. Send Clam Chowder to the Grey Cup at GoFundMe.
He's worked hard to get there. We should. I'll absolutely donate to that.
Yeah, he's a good guy, and it's not like he's not like somebody. Hey, send me to the Grey Cup, and you guys pay for my lifestyle. You know what I mean?
No.
Clam Chowder doesn't have a lot of money. You know, he's on disability. He lives alone in a fucking little apartment and shit. Yeah. Like, it's not like he's fucking hoarding. Like he's sitting on money and he's getting a laugh out of this. You know?
No.
That's why, like, people like told me once, I remember a few years ago, I said, I got to be courtside at the Raptors so I can yell at the refs. People like were fucking, oh, I'll send you money and shit. I was like, guys, like, I'm not going to take your money so you can buy me a playoff ticket. You know, like, you know, people would do it too. People are generous. Like, people are nice, right? I mean, look, people already gave Chowder $600. Like I said, I think he needs about 1,000. You know, he needs to eat a bit there, but he needs about $1,000. It's like $550, $600 for the flight. You know, you can stay with Mick, even though Mick doesn't know this yet.
Because that's where it is, Edmonton. Yeah, stay with Mick.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Clam Chowder's got a heart of gold inside, because if you've read any of his tweets, and Gabe's always attached to them, I'm in them. Clam Chowder's series of tweets that he just fires off sometimes frequently. You'll see that a lot of the times he's talking about his moments when he's been in the Clam Chowder mascot. He's been walking on the street. He shows videos and pictures of that. And I think he legitimately just likes talking to people, meeting people, being part of the community there, and just meeting people, saying hello and being friendly like that. That's what it's about for Clam Chowder.
It gives him something to like look forward to.
Exactly. You know? Exactly right, Gabe.
Like it gives him something to look forward to. Like, now you can go to the Grey Cup and he can start planning it, and you know, in his mind, like he likes to be in an event once a month, the Comic-Cons or whatever. You know, it's his life. Yep. You know, it's his life. So, like I said, yeah, we'll see him again. You know, we'll be doing shows in Canada again at some point. Like I don't know where my anniversary show. I don't even remember. Where was my anniversary show last year?
Parkdale Drink.
No, that was a couple of years ago.
A couple of years ago, we had Cherry Colas and Parkdale Drink is where I remember.
Last year I was in Montreal. It feels like it was longer ago.
Montreal.
We were champs last year. I think we were. Huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I think we were.
And of course, we had the nice spots in Vancouver when we were out there, but that was different. That wasn't for the anniversary. I don't think it was January.
No, it was the anniversary show. It was Vancouver last year. Thank you.
And it was January, not December.
Yeah, January 6th was the anniversary of Vancouver last year.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
My mother was there.
The Red Card and the other place that was so nice to us.
So nice. I like that pint.
That pint, they were above and beyond the Call of Duty at that place. Wow.
Yeah, they were nice people there.
They were. Great bar. I'd recommend that anytime. Next time I'm in Vancouver, I'm going to that spot again.
Oh, and Ken's in Edmonton. He says he can stay with him. Good stuff, Ken. We appreciate that.
Oh, Ken M. Yeah.
Yeah. So this year, our anniversary show, I don't know. It'll either be in New York or it'll be in Las Vegas. That's where we're sort of narrowing it down to, but it'll be in New York or Las Vegas. All right. So what's going on with the games right now? We'll talk some more football. 38-27, Denver Nuggets looking good. Although, whatever, it's early. Dallas Mavericks are down 41-36, down by 5. Nice start to the second quarter for them, 12-4 run. In-game totals on pace. And I've got the Utah Jazz to close out that money line parlay. And they're now up by 13 points.
I have Utah in the over. I have the over and Utah in that.
Good call with the over.
That's good. Well, Sacramento, if you've read anything about the Kings, they just want to run with that young.
What was the total in that game?
Group. They've got 205, and it's lower because Utah's involved, and it's a lower total with Sacramento.
I missed the start of it. That's why I didn't get it in. I would have played the 205. The game already started, and I was focusing on the 3, that the other 2 on the sides that did it. But I would have jumped in on that. It's a good call.
Yeah, Sacramento.
Good job by you. There's a lot of coaching changes in the NBA, and themes, styles. You know what I mean? You know, like Boston are going to shoot more, and like, you know, Phoenix is going to run, and this team's going to do that and this, and you got to pay attention to that. Like, what's the style of the team going to play?
And I'll say this right now about these teams: 90% of them, new coaches especially, they all say the same thing. They want to run and gun. They want to be 3-point. They want to shoot the 3-ball more than they have in the past. It's like wash, rinse, repeat. It's like everybody wants to play like Golden State right now. In 2018 NBA. The problem is with everybody wanting to play like Golden State, you don't have the personnel or the depth that Golden State has to try to execute that kind of style. So that's going to be the issue for some of these teams. Look at the Toronto Raptors. They're a team that's going to want to play that way, although they can also back it up with what should be a pretty good defensive team. I was impressed tonight. I mean, this first game, you know, obviously Cleveland is totally, without LeBron James, a different looking team. But I thought the Raptors made a good account of themselves tonight. 116-104, nice tidy win. They were in control most of the game. You know, Kawhi Leonard had 27 points tonight, and I don't think he even made his first shot until like halfway through the first quarter. And then he was terrific. He was great at both ends of the floor. I like Danny Green's game, 4 for 9, 3 for 6 from 3-point range. His defense was outstanding, 2 block shots for him. I'll tell you what, people saying Lowry might be down in the dumps and hanging his head with DeMar not there. I didn't see it tonight. Thought he was fantastic. His 3-point shot was awesome. He's fine.
He's a grown man. Like, I like what Kyle Lowry said about the relationship with DeMar in a trade. He said, whatever team DeMar DeRozan is on, it will never affect my relationship with him.
Yep.
And he said, and it was funny. He even said, I just spoke to him today. Like, I guarantee you right now, I guarantee you Kyle and DeMar have spoken since both their games have ended.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you Kyle called them or texted him and said, man, 28 points, dog, you just won. Like, they're tight. You know, they're always going to be tight. It is what it is. It's a business. I took it personal. I didn't like it. But as I admitted, and I have to admit, the Raptors are a better team now. And you know what? San Antonio got a hell of a player. And San Antonio are depleted, and they just won because he dropped 28 in the opener for them. And he's going to be fucking ultra popular there, and life's going to work out good for everybody. And Kawhi Leonard's happy, and the Raptors are a dangerous motherfucking team this year, guys. The only thing is, Lowry's not happy he's gone. Fuck. He's a pathetic liar. What are you, Kyle Lowry's brother? Are you Kyle Lowry, a burner account? The only thing is, the Boston Celtics are fucking good, man.
Oh, they're going to be awesome. I mean, if they stay healthy, even if they don't stay healthy, they have the depth to withstand an injury or two.
They can compete with them.
Oh yeah, I would not sell Boston short with their depth, with their overall talent, with Irving and Hayward healthy and back on the court again, with that coach Brad Stevens manning that team, steering that ship. I would never, ever undersell them if it comes down to them in Golden State in an NBA Finals next June. I would not say for sure that Boston's not going to win that. They would have a puncher's chance at least in that series.
On paper, you could argue they're deeper. No, they're just as good. You know what I mean? Like, the top guys are a little better on Golden State, but Boston are as loaded as can be. And the thing is, the Raptors match up well with Boston. Like, I know Boston is loaded, but I'm not scared of them in the sense of we can't beat them. The Raptors can beat the Celtics.
Yep.
I don't think the Raptors can beat the Warriors, but I'll tell you what, when Kawhi Leonard was on the Spurs 2 years ago, and I don't know if you guys remember, but the Spurs were up by like 27 points. Like, the Spurs were kicking the shit out of the Warriors, and Kawhi Leonard was dominating. And Kawhi got hurt in that game, and it was never the same. They lost after bang. He never played for the Spurs again, essentially. He played a couple of games, and that was the beginning of the end for them. Kawhi Leonard is, like, people don't realize it. Kawhi Leonard's the third best player in the NBA, and he might be the second best player. I mean, you got LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and you got fucking Kawhi Leonard. Like, Kawhi Leonard's not even supposed to be a scorer, but he is now. He's just so good, and he's the best two-way player in the NBA by far. Raptors are going to be damn motherfucking good this year. I'm telling you.
His spin around and turn around jumper, and boy, he unleashed that a bunch of times, like just tonight, just like he did back in the San Antonio days. Was fantastic. I mean, when he can just nail that shot time and time again, it's something. Siakam was good tonight. Nick Nurse had him in the starting lineup tonight, Pascal Siakam. And what I like about Nurse is he says, I'm not going to have a set starting five for the entire season. I'm going to go game to game based on the matchup, based on the opponent. I like that kind of thought process.
You're right, too, because all these teams, you're right, Babano, they have their set five. Well, it's our five. It's like, yeah, but the other team we're playing, they're all small. You know what I mean? And they're going around us.
Like, adjust to who you're playing.
Right. Like, coaches don't adjust. They're like, wow, this is our five. Let's go with it. It's sort of like Craig Counsell manages with Milwaukee. He says, I like managing inning by inning and a situation by situation, And you're good call. Like, you're right. Nick Nurse is going to adjust it. And you know what's good about that? It keeps everybody involved. You know what I mean? Everybody goes to the gym in the morning. Like, if you're on a team and it's like, whatever, man. I'm going into practice here. I'm playing fucking 11 minutes a night. I know I'm going to get in if we're up by 14 or down by 14, and that's it. And, it kills, like, if it's own, there's no inspiration, Babano. You know what I mean? Like, the way the Raptors do it is, listen, if you're really fucking balling, we'll play you. If you're hot, we'll play you. We saw it last year, man. Van Fleet's hitting shots. You're sitting down, Kyle. Van Fleet's hot right now, right? We're giving a shot to Van Fleet. That was Casey, but Nick Nurse is sort of the same way, and I saw the same thing. He kept talking about it. I see the players talking about that, and it makes the practices better too, because now everyone's really competing in practice because they want to get the eye of Nurse that, we got to get this guy in here more, And look, Siakam's worked his ass off and he's opening night starter now. And I got to tell you, Babano, not in a million years would if you told me that Siakam would be a fucking starter with the Raptors now. When they got this kid, I was like, it's a token fucking local fucking pick. You know what I mean? It was like, he's a skinny kid. He played in New Mexico State, whatever. Like, he'll be the 15th man. Or he'll be on the Raptors fucking G League team, the 905, whatever. Yeah, boy, was I ever wrong. The guy's a fucking starter in the NBA now. And people like him. Like, you read NBA people and you read fantasy sites and shit. People like Siakam's game, man.
Yeah, I mean, he was great tonight, by the way. Passing was good. He can score. He's developed, as Jack Armstrong said a couple of times tonight, the Jimmy. His Jimmy was falling tonight.
He worked on his jump shot all summer.
Oh, he was hitting some good mid-range game, too, and even stepping out. I think one of them was a three, if I'm not mistaken.
They want him to take three.
Siakam. Yeah, he made one three-pointer tonight, too. Like, even JV, last year was starting to test out the three-point shot as well. So the big man is not just a load in the paint anymore. You've got to try to develop other areas of the big man's game these days in the NBA. Try to make, just make them a little more all-purpose. Exactly.
Lauri Markkanen.
Yep.
All these big guys.
They can step out now.
They're all in the new NBA, like you said. The new NBA is everyone's 6'10" and everyone hits threes.
Yep. Oh, by the way, the ball movement of this Raptor team, the last point on them, humming. The ball was humming tonight. Everybody was touching it. That's the one thing that drove people nuts about Casey last year. Because Casey, let's be honest, Casey's did a phenomenal work with us, but lots of ISO stuff, lots of isolation, one-on-one basketball, and big moments.
Nick Nurse is an offensive guy.
Yep.
And Casey used to hold him back. You know what I mean? Nick Nurse, and I know for a fact that Nick Nurse, like Brooks, what's up, Brooks? Like he's saying, you're exactly right. Nick Nurse is Jonas Valanciunas' #1 fan. Supposedly he even told Masai when the Raptors were in the mix for Kawhi, don't fucking put JV in this. He said he's good. Don't you know what I mean? Don't lose this guy. So JV is going to get a lot of playing time. He's going to be a great fantasy pick. I took him tonight. I don't even see how he did. But yeah, the Raptors are fucking good. The Raptors have a ton of really good two-way players. They're not going to be fun to play against. There's only going to be about 3 or 4 teams that'll be able to beat them. I'm not saying they're going to win every night, but they're going to win every night, pretty much. the Raptors try, number one, and a lot of teams in the NBA are sort of like half-assed and fishy, flaky. You know what I mean? They like offense, but they're not going to do that. And Kawhi Leonard is a stud, and it's contagious. Like, and we know that Anunoby, OG, is a fucking stud. He's a mini Kawhi, and supposedly, like, it's rubbing off now even more on him. You got Siakam, they're just nasty, like, guys that are going to compete on, like, they're going to get in your face and stuff. And, you know, we got some offensive pop. This is the best Raptor team that they've ever had. And I used to convince myself this is our year, but it was really just the same thing every year. You know, we were expecting different results with the same roster. I'll credit Masai for that. Where, yeah, we can win a bunch of regular season games, but once we get to the playoffs, we're not good enough. You know, we got to get better to the next level. So I actually tipped my cap. I was mad at the time the way it was handled. And I understand, too, why Masai lied to DeMar. Because what's he going to say to DeMar? Fuck. Yes, I'm trying to trade you for Kawhi Leonard. And then what happens if the deal doesn't go through?
Exactly.
Then you're fucked. You know what I mean? DeMar DeRozan is a sensitive person. So then he knows. Like Rob Gronkowski's still mad at the Patriots because they tried to trade him to the Lions. He knows, right? Players don't react to that. I wouldn't react well to it. Yeah, I understand it's a business, but you'd be thinking, well, you guys don't really want me here. You already tried to trade me. You know what I mean? And it leads to bad shit. So that's why Masai was like, probably told him, well, you know, no. Because he knew that if it didn't go through, that he'd have a big problem after. So I understand now in the big picture. I was emotional.
Yeah, Matt says JV had what, only 6 points, 12 boards, only 6 points. But you have to understand, Matt, there would be times last year, especially in the playoffs, JV was out of sight, out of mind in the fourth quarter in a lot of those games. He'd be stapled on the bench. He wouldn't even get an opportunity to come into these games late last year in the postseason under Casey. From what I've heard, that's not even going to be an issue with Nurse. Nurse is going to have him out there a lot, early and often, in clutch situations, in big moments, in the fourth quarter of these tight games. You're going to see JV as a focal point of this team moving forward, way more than it was under Casey. So, yeah, I know only 6 points tonight, but just in the general premise of him getting bigger opportunity, it's going to happen under Nurse. Can he take advantage of it? That's the question. But he's going to get more of an opportunity now with the new coach.
Everything's not going our way suddenly in the NBA. Fucking Dallas and fucking Phoenix have slowed down. The Clippers have gone on a big run. Everything we don't want.
I know. I got Denver, too. What's going on there? Yeah, Clippers have made it a 1 point game there.
Looks like there's a lot of points going on in this Clippers.
Nuggets, the very, very trendy pick here tonight. Lots of people like the Nuggets.
Yeah, it was a toss-up. It's a home opener game, right?
Yep.
The Nuggets are a trendy team for the year. I like them. That was my sort of sleeper team, the Nuggets. If you remember last year, the Nuggets went on a fucking tear down the stretch. The Nuggets are another team that are they're very talented, the Denver Nuggets. Like they have a lot of good basketball players on this team. They're hard to deal with because they just have so many guys. I'm going to go in game over 223 here. $75. All right, we're in. Okay, so let's get back to a little football here.
But I will say one last thing about the Raptors. It's Boston next up for them Friday night. It's only game 2 of 82. It's not the be-all, end-all if you win or if you lose. But it's just interesting to see, even in game 2. Let's see what the Raptors do head-to-head against the Celtics.
It is. Let's see. Let's bring it on.
Yep.
Bring it on. Where's the game? It's in Boston, right?
In Boston, yes.
Yeah,
pretty sure it is.
Why wouldn't it be? Fuck. Any interest in a Titans-Chargers game? 9:30 a.m. Sunday morning, the London Calling game.
That's a tricky I'd actually lean Tennessee, as ugly as it is. I mean,
this is when you buy in after a team is bad.
And the Chargers played a perfect game in Cleveland. Yeah,
they were in Cleveland. They've had quite the last 4 weeks, they've been on a run, but they've been flying around all over the country, intense games. Now going to London. Tennessee humiliated after last week. Tennessee need to smash mouth this game, man. Like they can't get into a track meet with
no way, not even maybe, because that offense can't come back from
Derrick Henry. It comes down to Derrick Henry, and it's hard to have confidence in him. Him and Dion Lewis have been a bust, both of them. It's just, it was like, ooh, that's going to be a fun fucking 1-2 combo, but it hasn't been. And I'm telling you, everyone always fucking underestimated DeMarco Murray, man. Like, it was like that's one of the reasons he retired, I think. It's like he put up big numbers all the time, and it was always like, yeah, but whatever. Anyone could do what he does. And no, they couldn't. They can't. Like DeMarco Murray was better than people give him credit for. And you see that Titan ground game's gone to shit, fuck, since Murray's gone.
You know what? The offensive line has not helped either for the Tennessee Titans. It's not been a great group. That's embarrassing, though, what happened to them last week against the Baltimore Ravens. You get sacked 12 times. You allow 12 sacks on your starting quarterback, Marcus Mariota. I know Baltimore's got a really good defensive front, but that's just embarrassing at that point. 12 sacks? Seriously? 12? 12. I mean,
that was 11.
11? It was still bad. 11 or 12.
I could be wrong. You could be right, but I think it's 11. But
11. But
because I saw that he had 10 completions and he was sacked 11 times.
11 times, yeah. That's
sacked one more time than he had completions.
But the Chargers pass rush is not the Ravens pass rush, especially with Bosa still hasn't played yet this season. They still have Melvin Ingram, but Bosa is a big part of that pass rush for the Chargers, and we're still waiting for him to make his return. So in theory, Tennessee should be at least a little bit more settled along the O-line, be able to handle it. To me, it's just one of those situations where once you start believing in the Chargers, and they've had a couple of nice wins, they beat up a terrible Oakland team, they beat up on Cleveland. Remember, Baker Mayfield was hobbled too throughout most of that game. I don't think he was feeling 100%. He got a slight, I think, hamstring or ankle tweak in that game, and just wasn't that same mobility from him throughout that game as it went on. Now you got to lay 6.5, 7, overseas at Wembley Stadium in London. This is just not the usual spot you trust the Chargers in. They've had 2 nice wins. This is usually the kind of spot where you think, oh, if they win, it's probably a close one. They probably got to sweat it out. I'm not in love with Tennessee by any stretch, but at this current number, I do think there's a little value on the Titans here.
Yeah, me too. It's not, they want the same with me. I'm not like, oh yeah, I love the Titans, but I wouldn't be playing the Chargers here. I'll look for some spots, some props along the way. It's a weird time zone for fucking the Charger players too. It's a strange game. One thing, there's been 20 games in London over the years, and the favorites do well there. Like, the better team generally wins. So it's not like, oh, we're going to London and crazy shit happens. The better team generally wins. It's kind of one of those, they handle it better, they prepare better. Last week we saw that with Seattle. The Raiders were stupid. Gruden was stupid. Shows up on fucking Friday only. Yeah, it really fucked the Raiders up. It's a big time zone difference, man. Like, it's people don't travel. I know a lot of people that sit at home all the time think, oh, I don't know why they complain about the plane ride and they're professionals and all this shit. It's like, it's not fun flying, man. It fucks with your body, man. There's fucking germs up there. I always get sick. It's like fucking, like even Nick Diaz was saying how Nick Diaz doesn't fly like a week before a fight because he'll get sick and shit. Like, the travel sucks, but it's a weird game. I don't love the board this week, to be honest, but, do I care? What about the Bills game? Now with Derek Anderson, I think the Bills are very attractive.
I'm on Buffalo. There's no way in hell I can lay 7. Have you seen the injury report for this Indianapolis Colts team? It's a mile long on both sides of the ball. There are multiple offensive tackles that may or may not play along the O-line in this game. A defense that's banged up, that's been banged up for weeks. We've seen the effect. Everybody's moved the football against this Colts team. They've given up, 37, 38, and 40 points in the last 3 games. You want to try laying 7, 7.5 with them, thinking, oh, now the defense plays Buffalo. Now they're going to get well. Well, are they going to get well? I mean, those are defensive stats that don't make me want to lay 7, 7.5 or more than that.
Though, just quickly, devil advocate, on the other side, Andrew Luck's on fire, and it doesn't matter who he has at a wide receiver. Like,
how's he doing it, man?
Guys, he still throws for 400 yards every week.
There's no Jack Doyle for a couple weeks. There's no T.Y. Hilton.
People keep saying that. No Jack Doyle. No Jack Doyle. Fuck, like Jack Doyle's fucking Travis Kelce or something.
No T.Y.
Hilton is fine. Like, this Jack Doyle shit. Like, come on.
Chester Rogers has stepped up
there, and that makes a difference, But it really hasn't. It hasn't. Their offense hasn't been a problem over the last couple of weeks. Their defense can't stop anybody. It's not like the Bills' offense is explosive. The Bills will try to smash mouth this and eat the clock a bit. But really, if you think about it, Babano, all right, so you had Josh Allen at quarterback with the Bills. Dude, the guy threw the ball for 87 yards a game. He was like a college quarterback at Army. You know, and the Bills ran the ball 38 out of their first 45 fucking plays a couple of weeks ago with Josh Allen. So it's not like they had Josh Allen dropping back to pass and doing crazy things. Nate Peterman obviously was only in there in little situations, and it didn't go well. So where I'm going with this is, it's not like the Bills are it's like a downward spiral. They actually have a professional quarterback playing for them this week. It can only be better. You know what I'm saying? Now, the Bills defense is playing good football. They should have won that game last week. They fucking stopped the Texans 3 times in a row with the game on the line on the goal line. And then Peterman gives them the ball after. The Bills should be 3-3 right now.
That was a ridiculous loss.
Yeah, they should have won the game outright. They covered. They should have won the game outright.
Terrible.
And now I think the Bills, people think, the Bills are terrible. They suck. They're on a third-string coil. Derek Anderson playing. They lost their quarterbacks. But let's be real. Derek Anderson is 1,000 times better than Nate Peterman. And at this stage of their careers, he's a hell of a lot better than Josh Allen is. The Bills have a good quarterback suddenly playing Sunday. I like them.
Here's the case I'm making for Buffalo, because I'm absolutely, I've already have taken Buffalo plus the points, but I would recommend to anybody, if it stays above a touchdown, to take Buffalo here. Okay, Derek Anderson's 35 years old. He's been with a bunch of different teams. I understand that, but we're talking. You can't. Can you not tell me that Derek Anderson can't at least be better than a guy in Nathan Peterman, who on 82 pass attempts has thrown 10 interceptions? That is amazing. 82 pass attempts. 10 interceptions, almost an eighth of his passes have been interceptions. Amazing. That's how bad it's been. That's absolutely amazing. And here's the case I'm going to make for Anderson, because what's the concern people are going to have with Anderson here? Oh, he hasn't been with Buffalo very long. Oh, it's going to take him time to get chemistry with the receivers. Oh, it's going to get time to learn the system and the scheme. Well, he was with the Cleveland Browns years ago. Who was the offensive coordinator that year in Cleveland? Brian Dable.
Oh, good call.
Just happens to be the offensive coordinator now with the Buffalo Bills.
GM that brought him to fucking Carolina. Brandon Beane.
Exactly.
He's the coordinator for all the years in practice and on the sideline with Derek.
Yeah.
Sean McDermott. Exactly.
So it's
that's what I'm saying. Their offense will be more expanded now than it has been all year. Now they can say, you know what, we're not developing Josh. We're not safing. So let's throw the fucking football a bit here. We got Derek Anderson.
Yeah, I mean, Dable was the coordinator in 2009, and Anderson started 7 games that year with Cleveland, and he knows McDermott, and he knows the GM, and all this nonsense that you'll hear is that, oh, Anderson's being thrown into the fire, he doesn't know the system, he doesn't know the scheme. Well, hold on now. He's with the same OC he was with years ago, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of familiar terminology and schemes and plays that are going to be put into this offense that he remembers back in that day under Cleveland.
Rocket science. It's football, right? Don't turn the ball over. Hit the open man.
And it's a guy that's had 47 starts in the National Football League in his career. This is not a rookie. He's been around the block. I'm not going to say he's going to light up opposing defenses. It's crazy probably to say he will do that. All he's got to do is be serviceable, move the chains, get first downs, avoid silly turnovers and bad mistakes. The one concern I have with Anderson moving forward on this Bills offense at the quarterback spot is if he doesn't get pass protection, his mobility is horrible.
Yeah, that's one thing Josh Allen could do. He pick up first downs by running, and the Bills' O-line's pretty bad.
But Colts aren't getting a pass rush. They're not. They're not sacking opposing quarterbacks. This opponent is not, I think, able to take advantage of that Buffalo weakness along the offensive line. So I think this first matchup for Derek Anderson against this banged up, struggling, and I mean struggling, they've given up 37 plus points now, Indy's defense in 3 straight weeks. This is a manageable matchup for this even pedestrian Buffalo offense with a veteran quarterback and a shaky offensive line. This is still manageable because of how banged up and beleaguered the Colts defense is. The concern for Buffalo's defense is, can you hold up Andrew Luck? Because Andrew Luck has been great these last few weeks. He's given the Colts a chance. They fought back against New England. They put up over 30 points against the Jets last week. He's still moving the ball, and it's going to be up to Buffalo's defense to contain him. But we're talking about a riddled defense, a defense that's not playing well, laying more than 7. And I don't think this Anderson situation is as dire as people are making it out to be. I think he's going to have more comfort in this offense than people think because of the familiarity with Dable. So I'll take Buffalo plus the points. I just don't think you can lay this price with the Indy Colts right now.
So we're not going to hit every game. Babano joins on the radio on Friday again. I got to get out of here around midnight here tonight. Panthers and Eagles. That's a good game. That is 5 point spreads 5. You got Cleveland and Tampa's 3 right now. Houston and Jacksonville. The game I like Babano the most, but it keeps bouncing around from 3 to 3.5. I don't think the Jets are going to win 3 weeks in a row. It's not great logic, but I think Minnesota are just better than they are. And then you got that Patriot game against the Bears. Like I called it on Sports Rage Against the Machine tonight. It's a bear trap. It's the sports books and speaking of sports books, this show is brought to you by Bet Online. Check out Bet Online. Good site. And, we used to be fans of Bet Online before they're sponsoring a late night anger management class. So go over to the Sportsbook Review Sportsbook page and sign up through that link and support SBR. If you want to support the free content that SBR gives you, you need to support the sponsors that sponsor the shows. And the sponsor of the show is Bet Online. So, the odds makers here, Babano, they're begging people. They're saying, take the Patriots. Take the Patriots. They're only 3-point favorites against the Chicago Bears. And I tell you what, I want to take the Patriots here because they're only 3-point favorites against the Chicago Bears, but I know it's a fucking trap.
Yeah, I'm on to Bears here. No questions asked. You look at Chicago, classic NFL situation here. All these injuries for Miami. Off a bye, fat and happy. You played great going into the bye week. You start to get ready for the Miami game. You hear Ryan Tannehill's not playing, and that so-called stiff Brock Osweiler's playing instead. Oh, Miami's got offensive line injuries. Oh, Miami's got a banged-up defense a little bit with people out. Oh, we're just going to walk onto this field. Miami coughed up a big lead to Cincinnati, struggling. Oh, our pass rush in Chicago. Oh, we're just going to walk in and beat Miami. And what ends up happening? Chicago takes all the money after it was announced Tannehill wasn't going to play. And a 7-point favorite, near touchdown favorite, they lose outright in overtime. Classic situation, and that often happens. And the team that's got all the injuries and looks totally down and out ends up rising from the dead and winning. Well, now we got the reverse situation. People are going to think, oh, how did Chicago lose to Miami? How could that happen? There's no way now they're going to beat the New England Patriots at home. And whereas New England now, they're off this thriller Sunday night game. They played fantastic offensively. Defensively, there's still concerns. They let the Colts back into the game a couple weeks ago. They gave up 40 points to the Chiefs. You go on the road. What have the Patriots done on the road this year, you might ask? Oh, they're only 0-2 straight up, 0-2 against the spread on the road, lost by 11 at Jacksonville, lost by 16 at Detroit. That's New England's 2 road games this year. Losses straight up and against the spread to the Lions and the Jags. Lions are average team. Jags are a good team, but Jags have hit the skids the last couple of weeks. So no way am I trusting New England here in this spot. I think Mitch Trubisky, Cohen, and Howard in the running game going to get things going here, I believe, for Chicago. Trubisky, just don't make the key mistakes. You should move the ball. I don't like this New England defense still. They've still got some issues. And this pass rush, I think, for Chicago is going to inflict some pain here on Tom Brady and company and get after it a little bit here. I'm on Chicago. I love this play quite a bit. One of my favorites this week, Chicago +3.
Really, one of your top picks, huh?
Yep.
Man, the Sunday night game. I should have talked about this game fucking earlier today. The Sunday night game, Cincinnati and Kansas City. That's a fucking good one. That's a good one. Totals 58 in that game. Should be some points. Bengals offense, man, they're going to Kansas City. I like the Bengals here. This game sort of flew under the radar all week with me. I'm liking the Bengals here. I don't think Kansas City will be able to. It'll be just like the Patriot game. Like, to me, it's like an Arena Football League team now, the Chiefs, where they're going to score, but they're going to give up points. And the Bengals have a shitload of offensive stars and stuff. People don't realize how good the Bengals are. And they're going to be able to move the ball. Joe Mixon will run the fucking ball up their ass. They're going to have big plays. It's going to be big play, big play, big play. This is your fantasy stack, gentlemen.
Yeah, Cincinnati, a tough loss against Pittsburgh last week. They just find ways to lose against the Pittsburgh Steelers. That is what the Cincinnati Bengals do.
They can't.
And they did it last week. They have what looked like maybe the game-winning drive with Tyler Boyd in the end zone, 21-20. And Pittsburgh just goes.
It looked like they finally had it.
Finally did. Finally going to beat the Steelers. And then Ben goes, bing, bing.
I lost $6,000 that night. I moved the line or whatever it was, $5K. In that same game when I was in Vegas, dude, they were about to win. Like they were about to win. Andy Dalton fumbled the ball on the 40-yard line, and then fucking with a few minutes left, we couldn't get the ball back because Vontez Perfect started punching people.
Yeah, 15-yard undisciplined.
Oh my God, again. Like they did this in the playoffs once, Babano, where they snatched defeat out of like victory. You know what I mean? It's like, guys, if you just don't fuck this up, you're about to win this playoff game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. No, they fucked it up.
They fucked it. And they fucked up that game. Ben goes bing, bang, boom right down the field. And just when you think they're going to at least hold them to a field goal attempt, they bring an all-out blitz. Pittsburgh has the perfect offensive play call to thwart that blitz with a little dump-off pass over the middle to Brown. And then there's nobody left in all the linebackers in the secondary have flowed to the line of scrimmage and nothing but green for Brown. And he runs it in for the game-winning touchdown last week, and the Steelers win. Somehow, again, improbably, they beat the Cincinnati Bengals. That being said, Cincinnati's still having a decent season, Gabe. They're 4-2. I mean, they got everything still ahead of them.
They're not like, oh, we're fucked. We're a bunch of losers. They're like, fuck this, fuck. We're 4-2. We'll get Pittsburgh next time. Like, they're a good team. I don't think Cincinnati wilt after that Pittsburgh game. I think they come and play. They might lose a heartbreaker again, and we'll see if they wilt when they're 4-3. But I think they can trade points with the Chiefs, Babano. I'm going Bengals in the over.
I wish you luck. I mean, I think there is some value to the Cincinnati side, but Casey's still perfect ATS this season. I know at some point that's got to end. This might be the spot after such a tough loss last week against New England. Maybe there's a hangover.
Covered by half a fucking point in Denver and a half a point last week in New England.
Yeah. So it's going to catch up, and now they've got to not only win this game, they got to win this game by a decent little margin here against Cincinnati, laying 6 now in this game. So it should be a high-scoring game. I think the over is probably that way. I'd have to lean as with any Kansas City game. But again, 58, you're not getting any bargains these days with the Chief total. So I'd lean over. I think you're on the right side with Cincinnati. I'm just going to stay off it till I see Kansas City fail to cover. But Cincinnati getting these points with Kansas City off the big showdown game that they fell just short in last week, that might end up being the right side.
All right. So any other games that we didn't hit that you want to talk about in the NFL you like?
Yeah, we'll go rapid fire just so we can get out of here in a few minutes. Cleveland, Tampa. Tampa's fired the defensive coordinator, Mike Smith. I don't know if that matters because I think this personnel is not that great. Gerald McCoy's now banged up on the defensive front. I've talked about Hargraves being out, Conti out, multiple people in the secondary out. I'm not sure a firing of the defensive coordinator is just going to make this defense all of a sudden, rally the troops here. The DC we got to pull our bootstraps up now. Mike Smith's gone. I don't know if that's happened. I don't know if that's possible, Gabe, with this personnel. I just don't think it's good defensive personnel right now Tampa Bay has. Can Cleveland take advantage of it? That's the concern. I'm looking at the over in that game, but Mayfield got hurt last week. There's talk that he's 50-50 to play, and even if he does, he may not be 100%, so I'm going to wait for that injury report. If he's good to go and they say he's relatively healthy, might get a higher scoring game in that one. Detroit, Miami, there's a game that should see points. Detroit and Miami, you should see some points in that game. Miami should be able to move the ball. Detroit should be able to. Miami's defense, not exactly a trustworthy group at this point in time. So that one has the makings of an over. Carolina, Philly is one of those games where Philly at -5, that's in no man's land to me. I would have liked Philly at -3. And I probably would like Carolina if it was a little higher at 6 or 7, but with the
that's why I put it at 5, Babano.
Yep. So it's one of those games. If it's 3 on Philly, I'm on Philly. If it's 7 with Carolina, I'd probably take Carolina. Carolina doesn't get blown out very often. That's the one thing. But I didn't like Cam Newton's play last week. He was wretched. In that final drive, trying to win the game against Washington, could you at least throw the ball in the end zone, not out of the back of the end zone, not on the side of the end zone?
It was an epic comeback, and they moved the ball down the field to the fucking 22-yard line. What happened was it was stupid. They did everything perfectly. They were going to win the stupid game. It was such a Carolina thing to do. I even said it on the air. I said, I know Carolina well. I said, watch, they'll come all the way back, but they'll lose at the end. They'll fall just short.
Yep.
And they did. But, man, they got the ball back at the fucking 10-yard line, 15-yard line. They went all the way down the field. Cam Newton was making plays. He was balling, running around. McCaffrey's making plays. Everything was good to go all the way down the field. And there was like 37 seconds left, 40 seconds left or something. And they were literally on, I think they were on like the fucking 18-yard line, 17-yard line. And, it was like they got first down, they got 5 yards. And it was 2nd and 5, and he threw it into the end zone. 3rd and 5, he threw it into the fucking end zone. 4th and 5. He fucking, whatever. He was under pressure and he fucking heaved it. And it was like, guys, there's 40 seconds left. Why didn't you just dump it off to McCaffrey again, let him get the first down, and maybe he would have popped it. And maybe he would have ran it to the 3-yard line and we could have just smashed it in.
Yep.
But no, for some reason, fucking Norv Turner and Cam Newton start throwing in the end zone every fucking play. Like, I don't know who that's on. You know what I mean? And maybe Cam Newton, is, overridden it. But it was 3 times in a row. They threw to the end zone. And there was enough time left that they could have just got the other 5 yards, set up shop on a 12-yard line, and McCaffrey was slaying it on the drive. Like, they should have just dumped it to him. He probably would have ran in for a fucking touchdown for the 18-yard line type thing. It was bad play calling at the end. So
it seemed like there was a lot of out of sync stuff, out of sync with the play calling, a lot of sync with the route running. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff out of sync.
Wretched's a strong word, man.
But they bunked that ending there. They had a really good chance there to maybe win that game, and Cam Newton was in it.
That's something like someone that doesn't know anything on Twitter would say.
That was a bad sequence.
Yeah, he's wretched. I know. Fuck. He didn't let him come back. He was running for his life his whole fucking day. Like, it's not wretched about it.
You know what's wretched about that Carolina offense? The play calling is one thing. The skill position talent stinks. I mean, the wide receiving core is ridiculously bad on that Carolina team. Funchess and Jarius Wright and that's just not a very good and deep receiving core. I mean, that's an issue. Can we get Cam Newton some better receivers, please?
Well, they just drafted a fucking star out of fucking Maryland. He's a rookie. They're going through growing pains.
Yeah.
They got a ton of good wide receivers. They're just all young, right?
Yeah.
They're 20 years old. I mean, the Panthers have gone way, way young at wide receiver. They count on Greg Olsen. Greg Olsen got hurt, right?
Yeah. Well,
Greg Olsen getting hurt has hurt them.
It's amazing how much different that offense is with and without Greg Olsen, and we've seen the results in the past. As soon as that guy gets injured, it's a much different looking team.
You realize they're free, right, Banner? Like you're talking about the Carolina Panthers, like they're terrible, they're wretched, they have nothing. They're
not. They've been solid. They've been a solid decent team. They're hard to read, though. They're up and down a little bit. I think they could have finished a little better last week.
They lost the road game last week. Teams lose road games.
But that's why I'm a little hesitant to lay with Philadelphia. I'm leaning Philadelphia, but Carolina has a way of hanging around in a lot of these games. And at +5, they could easily hang around again. So that's why that's a tough number. Minnesota Jets, I'm actually looking Jets, Gabe, a home underdog. I mean, I like the way the Jets are playing at home. I think Minnesota's still, something's not quite right there. Something smells a little rotten still with this Vikings team. They've just not been quite as sharp defensively. Maybe it's too much to ask Sam Darnold to navigate, but at least he's at home facing this Vikings team, which, let's be honest, it's been a little bit not the same with this defense. And they're banged up. They've got a lot of injuries, too, on the defensive side. Coming into this game. So I think the Jets' sneaky little home dog play, that'll be a Cam Stewart special. I know Cam on Friday when we talked to him, he's going to love the Jets. I have a feeling he loves those kind of spots. Houston, Jacksonville. Jacksonville 5-42. Jacksonville is the only...
You're going through every game? Is this what you mean when you said rapid fire?
No, Jacksonville -5. I'd lean that way, but do you think Jacksonville's got serious issues or can they regroup?
I think they are what they are. I mean, I thought they were overrated coming into the year. With they had a good year last year, and I told people a million times. Deshaun Watson didn't play last year, and neither did Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
So they had a weakened division, and they took advantage of it. They were never as good. Jalen Ramsey talking sort of put them in the spotlight even more than they should have been. No, I think they're in trouble, to be honest. I wouldn't lay 5.5 here with them.
Well, they're saying all the right things. I saw a Jacksonville team. People will say
Blake Bortles sucks. He's Blake Bortles.
It's 2 weeks in a row.
Blake Bortles fact for the Twitter account. He sucks.
No, that's 2 weeks in a row now for the first time this year that he sucked because he was bad. We could always rely on him before to bounce back from a bad game. He didn't. That was terrible against Dallas last week. But the defense, they went through the motions. I didn't see any intensity. I saw a very lethargic football team. I think they'll be fired up for this, but I don't want to lay 5. I lean Jacksonville, but I don't like anything about Houston, Gabe. Look at the last 3 games for Houston. Life and death to beat a banged-up Indy team. Life and death to beat Dallas, and they should have won that game handily, and they end up having to go to overtime. They should have lost to Buffalo last week, for Christ's sake. I mean, what's to like about Houston right now? Bad offensive line. Watson's up and down. The defense has really not played spectacular for most of the season. So I don't trust Houston at all here in this spot. It's Jacksonville or pass, but I'm laying 5 with Bortles. There's better things to do with money than that for the NFL on Sunday.
You're out of time.
And Baltimore. Give me
I
Baltimore.
love it. You know, I tell you, any other games you like, you spend 3 minutes talking about a game, then you don't have a pick on the game.
Maybe I'll lean to Jacksonville. Baltimore -2.5 against New Orleans. Better defense. Sean Payton's one of the coaches that isn't great off a bye, believe it or not, the last couple of years, and off the Drew Brees record shattering. I think they're in for a rude awakening. I like Baltimore. I took Baltimore last week and won. I'm going to come back with them here. Baltimore laying less than a field goal. They've been great at home in this price range under Harbaugh. I think Baltimore beats New Orleans, and I'm going to lay it with the Rams, Gabe, against San Fran. San Fran, I don't know what's left for them after that just debilitating loss against Green Bay. They tried. I mean, they gave it their all in that Monday night game, only to lose at the end. Now you got to play on a short week against the Rams. I think they get crushed in that game, to be honest. So I don't lay road points like that very often, but I'll lay 10.5 with the Rams there.
Yeah, it seems like a bad spot for San Francisco, but Beathard's pretty good. Their offense is good. Like, they're another team. They've got talent. Just Jimmy G's not there. People sort of think they're terrible, but I love San Francisco over the weekend. The Dallas-Washington game is there's a lot of tough ones this week. The NFL's had a good year this year. Like, you guys know, I bitch about the NFL a lot. I'm like, man, this league sucks and it's fucking overrated. But this year, it's living up to its hype, I think. You know, the storylines, good storylines. I guess, you know, their little plan to fucking have a lot of points and get offense going has worked. And people like points, and the games have been entertaining and shit, at least. You know, Green Bay, San Francisco was a fun game Monday night. But now you got Dallas and Washington playing for real. Yeah, it's crazy. You know, I like the Pittsburgh Steelers own the Cincinnati Bengals. The Dallas Cowboys fucking own these guys. And it's crazy, man. Like, they've won like 7 of the last 8 times in Washington or something. The road team usually does well, but Dallas has done better even than Washington has. It's a tough game, man, where Dallas aren't a good road team. I don't know. They looked amazing last week at home. Washington are fucking erratic. They're up and down. Like you said, you don't know what to get from Carolina. I find Carolina pretty predictable. Like, I didn't love them last week. I sort of forced the pick.
Yeah.
But Washington were in a good spot. To me, the Washington Redskins are unpredictable, man. They can look great or they can look terrible. I don't know what I'm going to get with these guys.
No, I agree. I mean, they look terrible against New Orleans. They look very good, especially in the first half against Carolina. Then they sort of fall asleep in the fourth quarter and have to hang on. They do win in the end, but it wasn't pretty. So, yeah, Washington's a schizophrenic team. And I've still got issues with some of their – I think still Josh Norman's not anywhere close to what he used to be in that secondary. Offensively, you know, I think their skill position group could be improved a little bit. You know, they've had issues with injuries in there as well. Alex Smith is what he is at this point of his career, so it's tough, you know, to trust Washington week to week. I'd probably lean Dallas there a little, especially that they're the underdog. They're catching points in that game. Monday night is Falcons and Giants. I'm going to keep betting Atlanta over the total every single week. It just keeps on working. It worked again last week against Tampa Bay. I got no problems just sticking with that. I mean, just keep betting Atlanta over the total. I mean, their games are just continue to fly up and over the total. By the way, this long-term over the totals trend and angle for Monday Night Football is in play. It's unbelievable. The Monday Night Football games to go over the total when one of the teams has a bye the following week. It's already 3-0 so far this season. Green Bay has a bye this week. They played last Monday night against San Fran. That game flew over the total. Over the total on Monday Night Football with one of the teams going into their bye week the next week, it's something like 19-4, I believe, in the last 23 tries, and we've seen it 3-0 this season, the over, with the Monday night teams going into the bye the next week. And we've got another situation here, Giants and Falcons. It's Atlanta that's going into the bye after this game against the Giants, and boy, do they need it with all those defensive injuries. My goodness. You just hope that after the bye they get some of them back. So that over trend is in play there. Even without that trend in play, I think there's points. I think Atlanta's going to do whatever they want offensively against the Giants because it's Matt Ryan at home. All he does is put up points and move the football. But I think the Giants and Eli Manning and maybe his receivers, because we know they got some good ones, finally going to get going. I mean, I know their offensive line's been horrible. Eli Manning's not mobile, but this Atlanta team's not putting up any pass rush. They're not stopping anybody right now with all the injuries. This has to be a situation where the Giants can at least get something going, potentially a lot going offensively and put up points. So we'll go over the total with Monday night. What is that total? That total's a high total. I know it's the Giants, and That total of 54.5, 55 is right where an Atlanta game should be right now. The question is that where the New York Giants game should be lined from a totals perspective right now? But I truly believe the Giants are going to finally break out offensively here. They have to. It has to happen. I mean, Atlanta's going to be calling me pretty soon to suit up for them on defense if they suffer any more injuries. That's how bad it's been. I mean, they've just gotten absolutely just littered and crushed by injuries on the defensive side of the football. This has to be a game where you see something from the New York Giants offense. Has to be. And I think we got through the whole card. I think that's it. Yep, we did. Did we leave out any games? No, we did not. We got through them all. There you go. NFL card. And once Gabe gets back, we'll probably wrap it up, call it a show. College football. I've talked about this game a few times already. I'm going to say it again. I'm on the Jeff Brom Express right now with Purdue against Ohio State. Ohio State's not been impressive lately. I mean, Minnesota, they were sleepwalking in that game. They barely got by Penn State. Early in the season, teams like Oregon State moved the ball against Ohio State's defense, which has actually not been so stout lately. And Purdue's offense has gotten hot. The last few weeks, David Blau's been tremendous at the quarterback spot ever since he became the #1 guy. I think they're going to move the ball enough. And with Purdue and that offense, the back door is always open. And I've remembered Ohio State teams that were pretty good in the past struggling at times, to get by Purdue on the road. West Lafayette's not exactly been a place where Ohio State just goes and crushes you. So I think Purdue plus 13.5, plus 14. They're going to give Ohio State, I don't know about win. They're going to give Ohio State something to think about and a little scare, I think.
It's actually leaving Ohio State there. I don't think much of Purdue, but there should be points in that game.
I like the over too. Yes.
I want to get to you. I heard you talking about the Giant game there. It does seem like a good spot for the Giants. The Falcon defense is just so depleted. I mean, they're really beaten down. They can't stop anybody. But their offense is rolling. The over is the play in that game. The thing is, Eli Manning is really bad with that.
That's the thing.
It's not just that, Eli Manning struggled tonight. No. Like, he is wretched. Like, you want to use the word wretched. Like, Eli Manning can't play. Like, he's the worst quarterback in the NFL. Like, besides Nate Peterman. After Nate Peterman, Eli Manning's the worst quarterback in the NFL right now.
The few times he's had time to throw the football.
It's worse.
Yeah, the few times he's thrown the football, Gabe, had time to throw the football, he's not even been accurate. He's not even been on the money with any of his throws. So I know the offensive line's been a big fault of his problems, but even when he's had time on occasion to throw the football, he's not making good throws. He's just off.
I've been saying this too. Someone in the chat saying that I was the first one out of the gate. I said that the morning after we went to the game that they need to get Derek Carr because there's a lot of talk about the Giants drafting a quarterback this year. And I don't know. I'm not seeing it. Fuck. Jared Stidham ain't saving the Giants. Fuck. Drew Lock's pretty good, but Drew Lock's not saving an NFL team. If he'll be good on a good NFL team, but like the Giants can't fuck around, man. Like they got Carson Wentz, Alex Smith, Dak Prescott. You don't have time to get a quarterback. You just don't. You're wasting fucking Odell Beckham's career here. You've just paid Odell Beckham $95 million. You made him the highest fucking paid wide receiver ever. You got to get him a quarterback. And a kid like Justin Herbert's not the answer. Derek Carr or Teddy Bridgewater. Now, Bridgewater's not flashy, but he's effective. And, Derek Carr's a good fit. Like, to me, Derek Carr's a younger Eli Manning, essentially. Derek Carr, but the problem with Derek Carr is if the offensive line doesn't protect him, he's not going to be much better than Eli.
Exactly. Yep.
Derek Carr can still throw the ball, but he's not mobile, right? So it's not his thing. He's a good athlete, but he's not going to fucking extend plays too much. The Giants need a mobile Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, type, or in my opinion. But it is what it is. But to be honest with you, yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick would be better right now. Like Derek Anderson would be better. Like Eli Manning's that bad. Like there's how there's a mutiny this week in Buffalo, guys, where the players basically said you can't start Peterman, to the coaching staff. Is that it's the same thing in New York, but they can't do it because it's Eli Manning, right? Odell Beckham just did it, and look, he's getting ripped. The owner ripped him, and like now Sterling Shepard is unhappy. Now Sterling Shepard is grumbling about Eli, and Sterling's young, so people are like, just shut up, man. You know, he won 2 Super Bowls. What have you ever done? But the young Giant players are getting frustrated, and they're sick of it. You know, it's the same bullshit every week. Odell's open. Eli can't get him the ball. And now people are mad at Odell because, you know, he basically says, I'm not getting the ball. What do you want me to do? Fuck. And you got Saquon Barkley's being wasted. The Giants are a fucking train wreck right now. They need a quarterback, man. And I don't even know sure their coach is fucking any good either. That they have. I don't know if Pat Shurmur can handle what he bit off here in New York, to be honest.
I was expecting a lot more out of Pat Shurmur than certainly with his predecessor, McAdoo.
They were better with McAdoo.
Well, I'm not even going to say that just yet, but yeah, I mean,
McAdoo. They were better.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a tough time for.
They went to the playoffs with McAdoo.
They did the 1 year, exactly right. And you're right about the Giants. They needed they got to overhaul the offensive line. You're right. Eli Manning is a statue back there. You know, he is just basically is like prehistoric, a dinosaur in the pocket, essentially.
The Giants aren't far away. They just have a couple of fucking holes they need to fix. Yeah, they need to get a good old line going here.
Yeah.
And they need to get a new quarterback. It's pretty simple. So this game, though, anyway, it could be a game where Eli Manning, you know, Eli Manning should have a good game here. It's a fucking horrible defense that everyone's throwing fucking 400 yards against.
Yeah.
So I think the Giants are the play. I think the Falcons probably win a close one.
Yeah, exactly. You made a good point too. The Giants, best thing they could do is they need to go after a mobile quarterback. You're right about that. Quarterback on the street, quarterback who's nimble on his feet, going mobile. Keep me moving, going mobile. Yeah, a little who there. Yeah. Yeah, they need it. Yeah, a little mobile quarterback. You're right. They need to be going mobile. Exactly. Because you're not going to be going mobile anytime soon with Eli Manning.
Taylor would be better than Eli Manning. Like, seriously, like anybody.
Yeah, you're right. Me maybe would be a little more mobile than Eli Manning at this stage. Maybe that's getting a little carried away, but anybody at this point, you're right. He's got to be able to move around in the pocket a little bit more and with a little bit more ability than Eli Manning. I mean, Eli Manning looks like it's hard for him to even take a couple steps forward or even slide his feet, you know, in the pocket in so many of these plays. So that's the tricky part that he's got ahead of him, and that's been the struggle for him for years. And of course, the Giants have had a bottom tier offensive line in the NFL for the last few years. So that doesn't help. You know, you got a guy that can't move it barely, if at all. And then you got like a bad offensive line trying to protect a guy that can't move. I mean, that's basically the sum of the two parts as to why this Giants offense has been a complete abomination here for the last couple of years.
All right, Bob Bano. Check him out at rightwager.com. You on tomorrow, Babano? You got the Ice Guys. What are you guys doing?
That's a good time to wrap it up because I got an early morning. Yeah, Ice Guys, 9 a.m. Eastern, right with the usual crew with Andrew McGinnis, with Alex B. Smith, and our newest addition to the Ice Guys family, Jimmy Murphy, straight out of Boston, Beantown, shipping up to Boston. Has a good beat on the Bruins. He covers them daily. So great crew.
Head-to-head at 9 a.m.
I know. Well, you can always watch us on archive. If you're going to watch Gabe's show, you can always watch us on archive.
Or watch us both at the same time.
Exactly. If you choose to watch one of us live, you'll get to see the show. It's all up there on YouTube in archive form afterwards.
We're on SBR now, so I have to defer to SBR.
Yeah. So you got to promote Ice Guys. Exactly. Yeah.
No, I'm saying, I have to say, well, you know, I'm not going to say I don't watch this network. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're on SBR right now, so I encourage you to watch Babano in the morning.
Yeah.
Check us out as well.
Awesome. Yeah. Hopefully tomorrow's a good show. Looking forward to it. Good hockey card. It's been an up and down start for hockey. I can't win 2 bets in a row right now in that sport. It's driving me nuts. But long season ahead and a lot of good games to talk about on Thursday. Good stuff, Babano. Thanks for the time. All right, Gabe. Have a good night. Always fun on a Wednesday. Good night, everybody. See ya. Good job, Babano. Great job, Babano. All right. Let's get you caught up to date before we get out of here. This Mavericks game. Fuck. Why do the Dallas Mavericks have to fuck me all the time? 76-66 right now. The in-game total is 210.5. We've got the 212.
The Clippers and the Nuggets, the game's really slowed down. I took that in-game total 224. I've had a nice night in the NBA tonight, but it's slipping now. You know, you're not going to win every fucking NBA bet, right? Oh, you know, fuck, I don't want to admit defeat here, guys, but fuck, if we can just go 1-2 on the way out here, I'll take it. An 0-3 is going to upset me. I got that money line parlay that I gave you too. I took it. What was Indiana Pacers, Toronto Raptors, and the Utah Jazz on the money line. We're not there yet, fuck. It's 109, 102 right now. Utah been up all night, but they're not really pulling away. They're up by 7. The in-game total is 241.5 right now. I should have got in on the in-game over on that. I don't know what's going on here. Fuck, the fucking Clippers and the Nuggets have scored 18 points. Like, really? We're already into this NBA fuck job shit? Remember, I'm getting bad flashbacks now about this. Now I'm remembering why I sometimes hate the NBA. Like, look at these cocksuckers. 29-24 in the first quarter, 30-30 in the second quarter. It's 9-9. They've played fucking 6-8 minutes. There's 4 minutes left in the third. They've scored 18 points combined. You guys score fucking 53 points, 60 points combined. You come out in the second half and you scored 9 points each. Boston Red Sox are up 7-5. Astros just had something going, but they couldn't cash in. 7-5 going into the 8th inning. So for the record, I'll get you out of here with this. I like Arizona tomorrow. I'm betting Arizona tomorrow. Is it the play of the century? No. But I do lean with Arizona. Against Denver. Denver are just money burners on the road, man. It hasn't gotten better with Case Keenum. Vance Joseph, like, you might as well have Sergio Dip fucking coaching this team. Thanks to Kyle for the great t-shirt. Sports. If you guys want more of me right now, just check out my Twitter account. Hey, what's up, Capper John? Good shit. All right. John Roy, good shit, Capper John. See you later, Fanatical Jim. I was going to say, if you guys want to see more of me, I did a show tonight, Sports Rage Against the Machine. We talk about 5 NFL games. They're pretty in-depth. And we share the Daily Roto picks. It's on my Twitter, @SportsRage. It's on the Fantasy Sports Network YouTube page. Support SBR by signing up with Bet Online if you want to support this show. Hey, we're not asking for anything. Sign up at Bet Online, put a couple of bucks in, and bet, make some money. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And tomorrow night, what do we got? We'll have baseball and hockey and basketball and NFL football tomorrow night. So we'll have a lot of cool shit. Other than that, you're on your own later.